According to the recently launched Clean Seas campaign, there are more microplastics in the ocean than there are stars in the Milky Way. Unfortunately, most people are unaware of the impact that they have on the ocean. I would like to inform you about the dangers imposed upon it that humans must be held accountable for. I'll explain what is considered pollution, the different ways people pollute the ocean, and then outline the effects they have on marine ecosystems and beyond. What is pollution? Open.edu defines multiple different types of pollution: water pollution, air pollution, solid waste pollution, and noise pollution. All of these can be found in urban areas, with main sources of pollution being waste produced by factories. Factories generate liquid waste from activities related to washing in the manufacturing process, cleaning objects, and chemical mixing. Among the most polluting industries are food processing, tanneries, and textiles, with processing plants and factories that produce liquid effluents which are discharged into rivers, often without treatment. Going beyond factories, how do people pollute marine ecosystems? As previously mentioned, microplastics are a major presence in the ocean, estimated at about 51 trillion. Microplastics are tiny, often microscopic, plastic particles that can be found in many personal care items like soap bottles and toothpaste tubes, as well as objects like fleece clothing, tires, and packing materials. These plastics will never go away. When broken down into tiny pieces, they attract toxic chemicals released over decades from industry and agriculture, the concentration of which increases as they move up the food chain. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, U.S. Department of Commerce, asserts that when corals are stressed by changes in temperature, light, or nutrients, they release the algae living in their tissues, causing them to turn completely white. Without the algae, the coral loses its major source of food and becomes far more susceptible to disease. In 2005, the U.S. lost half of its coral reefs in the Caribbean in 1 year due to a massive bleaching event, and comparison of satellite data from the previous 20 years confirmed that thermal stress from the 2005 event was greater than the previous 20 years combined. Let's move on. This problem has far-reaching implications for life as we know it. According to the United Nations, at least 800 species worldwide are affected by marine debris. Research indicates that half of sea turtles worldwide have ingested plastic, with some starving after doing so, mistakenly believing that they have eaten enough because their stomachs are full. Plastic waste can encourage the growth of pathogens in the ocean, and according to a recent study, scientists concluded that coral that come into contact with plastic have an 89% chance of contracting disease, compared with a 4% likelihood for a coral that does not. A compilation of studies in association with PlanetAid.org concur that the ocean provides over 70% of the oxygen we breathe and over 97% of the world's water supply. Chemicals such as oil and mercury can be found within the ocean and can contaminate water supplies and our food chain. If humans are exposed to these toxic chemicals for long periods of time, it can result in health problems such as hormonal issues, reproductive issues, and damage to our nervous system and kidneys. One of the most prevalent dangers of marine pollution is mercury ingestion, which can cause Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's, and heart disease. Knowing about the problem is the first step to doing something about it. Every single person listening to this can take the responsibility of keeping the oceans clean for the sake of every living thing on the planet.